Alright, hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of HBM Mod. Last time we tackled the blast furnace, the burner press, and this iron furnace. Today, we're gonna get started on the blast furnace and doing some stuff. So the first thing that we discussed last episode is the topper. Or the top. What is it even called? You'll find it here. Extension. Steel grates, and copper plates. And you know what would come in handy right about now? That radio tower we found a couple episodes ago. Because we can skip the steel making part until it's most efficient if we go get some of those pieces from the radio tower. One other thing to note is that you'll only need 10 steel ingots to start off. So you can get the steel anvil, and then when you get the steel anvil, you need a few more for the assembly machine, which is not that expensive. It is actually really cheap nowadays. You'll have it so much better than we had it back in the day. Oh my gosh. But anyway, this is what I'm looking for. Once you get 3 of these, you can do magic, and I'm going to take that steel with me because I think it's actually pretty useful to have steel. Even though I could probably make all the steel myself. Now, here's what I'm doing. Steel beams to steel grates. You can make those with 3 steel ingots if you want. The steel beams. Then you turn the beams into grates. It's basically the same recipe as taking 3 of whatever we just found and turning it into these. So, yeah. Even though 3 of them, those way more expensive than these. So, I feel like. I don't know. I feel like it's just better to go starting from steel unless you have a tower and then you need to turn those into this. Then it's worth it. Okay, so here's what's going on today. We need to smelt up 4 of these. Now, the blast furnace does make pollution, I do believe, and so does this. This you cannot hook up, but the blast furnace you can hook up to a pollution thingy. We'll get to pollution at a future episode. But right now, we're not in a position where we could do anything about pollution, nor do we even need to care about it. Because there is no glyphids, presumably, in the nearby area. Until we load some more chunks, and then we might find some, but that would be absolutely agonizing if we did, because that would be a pretty big headache for us to deal with right now. Although we definitely could, because I am a little more experienced than I was back in the day. But we could not deal with them if they're like right next to us and we're making all this pollution and stuff. Oh, and there's one other thing. I believe we need a copper panel. Copper plate, actually. Oh, that's actually pretty cheap now. Thought it used to be a copper panel, but no. So, we discussed previously we need charcoal for the actual flux to make steel. And we're gonna try to make a lot of steel in this process. You want to be as steel efficient as possible. There's a lot of things you can do with steel. And probably one of the most interesting we'll get to at a later date is the steel furnace. We'll do some stuff with the steel furnace. Definitely. It's been here for a while, and I haven't done anything with it for like over a year now. Anyway, what else did I need to do? I need to show you all the recipe for steel. Now, there's dusted steel. Do not make dusted steel. Unless you're in the late game. Then you can make that. But right now, you're just focused on this type of steel. And look at this. You can take an iron ingot plus some coal, make it into some steel. You can make the steel from the... Oh, you can take a tape recorder, turn it into steel with some tungsten, maybe. You can take a crucible, you can cast out steel. Well, the best... Whoa, what on earth? Arc furnace? That is interesting. I hope we get to mess with that. But the thing that you can do, which is the best... Oh, it's worth 2 if you use coal coke. Wait, no, it's 3. Okay, thank goodness. God bless coal coke. Okay, so if you take flux and you just take any type of iron ore and you shove it in here, it will give you 3. And you don't even need to put coal coke in there, you just need to put iron or something. That is why flux is kind of useful and actually really handy. Did my tree just evaporate? Oh no, it's still there. What the heck? Whoa, what? One try? The one shot wonder for the bone meal. Also, those clouds are really high up. It's really weird. They're usually a little lower than that, aren't they? Must be a geographic craft thingy. RPG thing. Oh, come on. Going up there. One more. I bet it's one more. Oh, come on. No. It's two more, actually. That looks like a two more to me. Nope. Got it. Nailed it. Boom. I told you there was one more. But it took me 3 times to get there, so... okay. And that'll give us a piece of tree some point. And then we'll bone meal another tree. 1 shot wonder it. 2. Chop it down. Turn it into some logs. And this is not the most efficient way of getting charcoal. There's way better ways of getting charcoal, but let's go ahead and make some charcoal. We don't need much for now. We'll save some of that as well. So, what happens next is we put the topper, which we have basically made. Yeah, we just need this. We need some coal. And we're going to wait on putting the coal in the blast furnace till I get the topper on tap. So that way it's as efficient as it could possibly be. If you're wondering what this does, this basically makes the blast furnace way better. And actually just... Like, it used to be like this was unusable, unviable for making steel. Now, this is literally the steel making king. You use the crucible. You might be able to get away with using ash and that and stuff, and then you can turn hematite into steel. That would be the best way to use the crucible. But this is fantastic for making steel because you get 3 for every iron ore. Now we need sand. This and okay, let's go get some of this and. Okay, that's way more than enough of this and. So I got this and, so let's go ahead and take it. Alright, so what we're doing now is we're gonna take this, we're gonna put it into here with this in this slot. That's gonna fill it up. You can use lava or something. Take your iron, put the iron into there, and then give it a few minutes and you'll have some steel. The most basic type of steel. This is the easiest alloy to get. There's other ones, but like high-speed steel. Now look at that. We're getting 3 for every iron ore. This is before even getting the centrifuge. Like, look how we're Stone Age. We're Stone Age right here, but we're getting 3 times our iron ore right now, and we have enough to upgrade our anvil. I'm gonna need more iron though, so that's a bit of an issue. But we got enough iron to get us started, so I think I'm going to just start digging a hole. Probably in the desert, because I like the desert. Desert's a nice place. We're going to use the desert for our power plant, probably. There's some pretty big hills there. We'll see if there's a desert up this way. Maybe there is one up here, because I got like a faint suspicion that that sand is a little too big to be just a sand beach. Oh, my tree's done. I got my tree pieces. 3 pieces of tree. Need more tree pieces, please. It's like Reese's Pieces, except good for the environment. Probably. Reese's Pieces probably aren't, I don't know. And yeah, I could make a steel pickaxe right now. Could make an advanced alloy pickaxe. I want to make sure that I get rid of this iron pickaxe first. Okay. Well, good riddance. Let's go ahead and take care of the next thing. Which is going to be making some not high-speed steel. Advanced alloy. That's the next alloy you can technically make, and you made it start the game. It is amazing. It is glorious. Except it doesn't have silk touch, which is the only disappointing thing about it. And I got 6 more iron to use, so we'll chug that in there, and then that will give us almost enough for another anvil. You got to make another anvil. Rip. Wish we had more furnaces. Oh, wait, they cost iron too. Hey, can I get my, like, 1 piece of this? That would be actually great and beneficial for me. Now, to make this, you need to make Minecraft-grade copper, which is redstone industrial copper. This can be any copper you can get from any mod, usually. And then you can make a pickaxe like this. 2 steel to 2 of these. Or it's basically a 1-to-1 ratio, no matter what. And this is enough for a sword. Makes 2. Absolutely amazing quantity out of that. That's why this stuff is actually just amazing for early game. Because you can just make a bunch of them. And it makes good weapons. So Yeah, advanced alloy is really handy. And even in the mid-game, you'll find yourself using advanced alloy in, like, circuits, motors. Actually, not even motors, or not even circuits. I think what it's used in is superconducting stuff. So, like, you know, literally the entire fusion reactor is made from it. Yeah, you'll have fun when you get to there, but we're not there yet. And I think we're going to try to do that before we go for watts. We're going to go for a big RBMK this time to get started instead of those tiny ones. And I'm going to experiment with the RBMKs and stuff and see if we can make one that's actually decent instead of garbage RBMK. Ugh. I want to make one that runs tritium into euthenium. That'd be pretty handy. We're also gonna nuke the world at some point so I can make a wonderful biome you all have yet to see in one of my videos. The nukes actually make biomes now, and I am really excited about that. Yeah, they make biomes. They literally can turn a 900 block radius into a new biome. The crater biome. Which sounds so menacing, but really, if you think about it, it's just a really fun radioactive biome. I like that biome. I wish I could have it already. But no, you gotta make a custom nuke first. And we found lead. So, I mean, if we want to make flux at some point, we can use the lead to make flux. That's not going to happen. Lead is not meant for flux. It's meant for cladding or whatever that stuff is. And some other stuff. Bullets. That's basically all lead's good for. Now, if you have a mod that adds cobalt like Tinker's Workshop, I think it might be compatible with HBM mod, but it might not be for balance reasons. But the thing that I always, from the 112 version back in the day, I just used the induction smelter from Thermal to like completely smelt the the actual cobalt and neodymium from this mod. It's straight into ingots, which was yeah, that was a little broken because you could get like 4 ingots out of each piece, which is yeah, it's a lot. But they made things a lot easier in the 112 version because that mod pack was actually just like a bunch of mods. I just slammed everything together in there. There was even mechanism in there. But it was fun. It doesn't matter if mechanism is bad for your mental health, but it's fun. It's a fun experience if you shove a bunch of mods in there. Like, it doesn't matter what the mods are. If you just shove a bunch of mods together, you end up with something fun, probably. As long as they work together kind of nicely, and they allow you to do stuff that you can't do regularly. Allows you to do broken stuff, basically. That's basically the moral of the story. Fish can do broken stuff. Oh, amazing. Oh, I need to put 9 in there. Okay, that's enough. And every time it makes one, I'm going to take it out so I can get the best chances of a lodestone. And triple my iron. And then we're going to be done. I hope. Oh. Give me one of them lodestones, bro. Second I get a lodestone, I'm going to take out 2 pieces of this. That would be really handy right about now. Okay, so all we need to do to make the steel anvil here, gotta take a block, make a second anvil, which is twice the anvil. I wish it was. But now it's done. Okay, so tier 2 anvil, boom. Look at this. Look at these new things. These are actually different from the last time we played, by the way. So keep that in mind, that now you have to make the big steel shells on this anvil. Any anvil, actually. But here we're looking at this. Steel ingot. Glass. Industrial grade cover. And motor and vacuum tube. Let's go ahead and get started with the vacuum tube. So, vacuum tube, right? Right. Actually, pretty annoying looking. Seeing a carbon wire. You made with graphite. Oh my. That's a new way of making wires. That could go in this guy. Okay. But we're after that tungsten wire. We're gonna do the tungsten wire method, and that needs 4 tungsten. Which is a lot of tungsten. 1, 2, 3, 4. lots of glass is going to be going into this today. So we'll need to smelt up some glass, too. As far as the other stuff, unfortunately, we're going to have to do some more mining for that. Which is not something I want to do. Not right now. Kind of want to put that off till next episode. And just do it all then. And do everything we can do today. So, yeah, we don't need to worry about them. They are not going to get in here. Okay, maybe not. Maybe they are going to get in here. I thought they weren't going to make it. That guy's definitely going to make it. He's complete. Yeah, just stop. We're going to need some tungsten as well. I mean, titanium. So we got our tungsten. We need like 1, 2, 3, 4. We technically don't even need 4 tungsten, by the way. That is actually overkill, by the way. So keep that in mind. But I will tell you need bricks as well. Because what we're about to make is going to require bricks anyway. So. Okay, so what are we doing now? Okay, we're going to put in some coal. We're going to put in some of this. And we're going to make some bricks. 1, 2, 3 bricks. Yes. So what do we need the bricks for? Well, you need the bricks for the wire stamp. So that way you can make wires for the tungsten. And then for the sand, we'll do the sand. I want to make the vacuum tubes today since they seem to be pretty fun looking to make. And also new. So I want to make them because they're new. I hope they don't get used in a lot of recipes because otherwise that would be kind of annoying. To be honest, I really hope I don't have to make a bunch of assembling machines, and I really hope I don't blow this one up like we did the last. Actually, the one before the last playthrough, actually, we blew up the assembling machine. The last playthrough, we didn't blow up the assembly machine, and we actually got to the assembly factory too. So, you also need some of these insulators, by the way. I just want to point that out that I just made those. I might distract you all by talking about how I'm gonna do this stuff. Anyway, let's go ahead and make a flesh stamp, and we're gonna go ahead and shove some of this wire stamp together. Boom, and then we'll shove this into here. This is what your tungsten is good for. 1 piece of tungsten will make 8 vacuum tubes, technically, if you are so inclined to do so. But we don't need that many. Now, next episode, we're gonna have to go get more iron, probably. A little bit more iron. Actually, a lot more iron, because we need more iron for... we need 5 pieces for a motor, so we don't have enough for this. For 2 motors, actually, you get 5 pieces is enough. Okay, so, vacuum tubes. Now, what are these actually using? Oh, they're using a bit of stuff. Oh, they're using CRT tubes, crafting stuff, mass storage unit, lots of different stuffs and things that, some of them we might make. A few of these we might make. Quite a few of these we might make. Now, I wish you could make these in the assembly machine and make them at a cheaper amount. That would make a lot of sense, but that does not seem like that's the case. The vacuum tubes, I mean. Seems like a more annoying version of basic circuits to me, and I really like the other way, but this way is kind of interesting. And kind of greggy, but the only problem is that you can't put these in a crafting machine. Or make a assembly machine and make a bunch of them. Like, it'd be nice if you could just put all of this in there, and then you get like 4 of them for each of these, or like something like that. That'd be amazing, but no. And maybe with a carbon wire, you could incentivize using the carbon wire by making the carbon wire, like, if you make the carbon wire, give a few more of these guys, like, maybe instead of, like, maybe if this makes 8 on the assembly machine, right? I don't think it would do that. Like, if it makes 4, then this should give 6. But if this makes 8, then this should give 12, right? Right? Right. I feel like that's the best way of doing that. I mean, like, as far as making things worth it to do, like, because there's no reason to just go out your way and make graphite wires when you can make tungsten, and tungsten isn't that hard to get. I mean, tungsten is kind of hard to get, but if you have a drill, you can just drill tungsten out of the ground, so it doesn't really matter. But with the other stuff, feel like coal coke, and it's kind of a bit more expensive when you start shuffling that off to go make wires from it. Especially when you can use the graphite for other things. So, to be honest, I'm just not a fan of getting only one of these for this stuff. Like the cost, making glass. I mean, I'll do it, but it's just kind of a. Seems like it should give you more. I'm not gonna lie, it seems like it should give you a few more, actually. Although the basic circuits back in the day, they only gave you one for each one that you crafted, and they were basically the same recipe almost, except a little harder. Maybe if you make these a little harder and make a steel plate, it'd probably be worth it. I don't know. It's kind of tough thing.